Ah, man. Got my Bev homies in the back talking, making sure we got everything set up for y'all. Going live tonight. Been a while since we've been live. So if you're just seeing this, come on, join in the conversation. Let's make some money. We got college. We got NFL. We got best bets. We got parlays. We got teasers. It's like being at a baseball game. Let's go. We don't. Welcome everybody back to another episode of Money Pot Betting and the Money Pod Podcast Show. I am the host, CEO, owner, all the above. They call me Moss Money, and I got the boy with me. They call him Diddy. What's up, boy?
What's up, man? Just here back representing the best podcast on
Oh
air
yeah,
right now. You know what I mean?
for sure. And winning. Key word. Winning. 2 syllables. I had to help my son with his homework today, so I was teaching him a little something. You know what I mean?
He was teasing you.
So-
Stop it. You ain't helping your son. Stop. He asked you a
bro,
question. You'd be like,
bro, the way they teach math nowadays,
exactly.
crazy,
See? See?
crazy, crazy today in this today's world, how they teach these kids math. I don't get it, man. I be trying to teach
Listen,
them little pointers like, yo, bro, just look at it like this, man. Because what they showing y'all, no good, no good. But
as
thank
long
y'all
as
for
long as you can
joining in.
count that cash, man. As long as you can count
Yeah,
that
of
cash, you'll be
course. And we
straight.
can count that cash, and that's what we want. We want y'all to count this cash. So y'all just join us, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification button. Make sure you know when we go live or when we hit videos because we got a long slate today. See if we can get everybody out of here before the Sixers game come on. We got college football, week 12. We got NFL, week 11. Then the big game, Monday Night Football, Chiefs, Eagles, Super Bowl rematch. Woo! Let's get to the cooking. Y'all know the show. Y'all know the flow. We look at the weekly recap just to keep it honest, just to show y'all where we're at from a money perspective. So let me bring up the my little cheat sheet of where we at. We'll go through it real quickly here, and we'll show you where we're at. Show where we making this bread, man. Because that's what it's all about. People talk about winners, but we show you the winners. We keep a running count of where we're at right now. Oh, woo! Your boy had a week. Your boy
Let's
had a
go.
good week. We up almost 20 units in college football. 100 unit is $100, so we up over almost 2 grand on college football. If you bet me blind. So let's look at the takes here. North Texas let me down, but man, hit. We both was on Michigan first half. We left money on the table on Michigan, and we left
Mhm.
money on the table with Missouri. We both were on Missouri. We both were on Michigan. Temple came through for me. JMU, the Dukes hurt a little bit, but I mean 4-2 on the day, and I hit all my home run spots with Michigan, Missouri, and my teaser were all 2 unit bets. I did lose my JMU 2 unit bet, but up and up. We up almost 20 units on the year so far, climbing the charts with that win percentage. So we climbing. So that's what we're talking about here. But this is the big number, right? Are we making money? And we making money in college football? All right, to the homie Diddy, you fought back. I think you fought back. Like you can see a little red hair up top, but then look at the greens, greens, greens. That's what I want. That's what we want to see. That's what I want to see. More greens than reds. And you definitely fought back. Candace hurt you. Bean went down for an injury, so that completely changed
Crazy.
that whole game. I think he was out first quarter, but Arizona
First
hit for
quarter.
you. Michigan hit for you. You know the parlay hit for you. You know what I
Louisville
mean?
hit. Louisville first
Yeah,
half hit.
yeah. Louisville hit first half. I think you took a under, and that no, you took a over in that Texas Tech Kansas game, and that kind of goes inside with the
Yeah, that
Kansas
one
with
went.
the
Yep.
yeah that one went south, and then I think in this one, who was it? I think it was Ole Miss that bit you in this one in that teaser. I want to say.
Ole Miss plus 23 and a half.
Yeah, they got smoked by Georgia.
Mhm.
Yeah, yep. So, but still in all, winning. Your winning percentage is better than mine, and you're still making money up over Iraq in college football. So between just me and you, Sharp kind of retired from college football. But between me and you, we are up almost 3 grand in just college if you bet is blind. So
And that's if you're
that would have
betting
been
1 unit or 2 units or 3 units, depending on what it is. But yeah, that's what we do,
yeah,
man.
that's yeah, right. And then come around with the holidays coming up. You know what I mean? Like, perfect timing to have a couple more bags, in your pockets, because this shit out here is expensive, man. We already started, man. It's just crazy. Just
Yeah,
crazy.
man.
Yeah. All right, let's go over to NFL real quick. Man, I had a great week in NFL. All my big bets hit. I was really sure about that Levis and DeAndre Hopkins. I had 2 units on that each, but that let me down. But man, St. Brown and Dallas came through for me big time. I love Dallas. I had a 3 unit play on that. St. Brown, 2 unit play on both props. His player prop in his over. And then I had a nice little teaser at the end with pretty much all the favorites, home favorites to win, except for Detroit. Detroit was on the road, but it was kind of like a home game anyway in LA against the Chargers. So that really put me up. I'm up over 11 units in NFL. Still hovering around that 55, 56% in both college and NFL. So still printing money. We're doing a good job here. Up over 3 grand across the board in both NFL and college. Now I know you were struggling here in NFL a little bit. You had a bad take, but not a bad take. You had a couple bad runs, but it looks like you bounced back here from the numbers. Opened up the day with Indiana money line that cash for you. I'm pretty sure you're not the only one who got hurt by Cincy. Um, you know,
Mm.
last week Cincy lost outright, which was crazy. But then left money on the table. Maybe we both love Dallas each and every way you could bet it. You took them first half. You took them team total, cash, easy cashes with Dallas.
Yep.
And then Baltimore, that was just a crazy game. That was a bad beat, really. With Cleveland coming back like that, they were down what 20, I think, going into the third or something like that.
Yep.
So that was a bad beat there. And then teaser, you go back to your teaser, your plays,
Which is
your
Baltimore,
under.
Baltimore and
Well, the
Cincy.
Jags,
They were the killer.
yeah, and the Jags hurt you in that teaser against San Fran.
And
The Jags
yep.
got beat out.
But we hit the we hit the totals teaser. We missed on a 2 teamer. We missed on a 4 teamer. We hit three of the four of the straight plays.
Right, right. So
Yeah.
still in all, fighting your way back. You were down, I think, 11 units. Now you're only down 8. So on your way back, on the get back, that's what we're talking about. Sharp obviously leading us with big play, big play Sharp, 51 units. He did have a couple big plays. I didn't update his plays yet. He gave me some shorts, but I know they smashed. So I'll get his numbers updated as we go. All right, let's get to the sports book. Let's do what we do here. So typically, we use DraftKings, but ESPN dropped their new sports book out right now. So we're gonna take a look at that and see how this thing fly and see what their numbers are. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Doesn't look bad. I think if you had bar stools, it still works. They're using Hollywood. They're using Hollywood Casino book, so that's what stool uses. So if you got a Barstool's login, go ahead and use that. And also, I think the promo right now, the one thing about a promo with new books that open up, they give you big time promos. So if you
Hmm.
got cash, now look, it's a thousand deposit match, which is great. Up to receive up to 100% deposit match on the first deposit, up to $1,000. So you drop quick 500, 300, you're gonna double that and then match the deposit. So they got any sports bet get $200. So I don't know if they are using, if you have a Barstool's login, does that count as an are you not considered a new player? So I would check that just to make sure.
Yeah. Always
But
read the fine print. Always read the fine print.
yeah, yeah, I would double check that to make sure. But with these new sports books, they always got good deals, and up to $1,000 match is a pretty decent deal. All right, let's get into week 12 college football. We got some games tonight. I am not on any of those games. Let me double check. I know you sent me the list of what you got. Let's see here.
Yeah, the game's starting at 7. Some games starting at 7, so we're right across up on that borderline. But I did have a
Yeah,
teaser that we can throw in that might smash
go throw it out.
that I put in myself. So I
Yeah,
got a
yeah, yeah.
three team teaser just to get the week started.
Yep.
And try to jump into the window if you can before it starts. Give me 2 seconds. So I got Buffalo and Ohio to pretty much to win. So you got Buffalo. I'm sorry, you're getting Ohio at +2.5 in a 3-team, 10-team teaser. You get Ohio down to -1.5,
Uh,
and then you're going
yep.
to take the under in the Buffalo Miami of Ohio game, under 47.5, I believe, or what it might be. Yep, under 47.5.
Let's see what we could do here with the teasers here. Ah, not available. Looks like. Let's see. Yeah. So this book only allows for 3-point teasers, which is trash.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. So we're gonna
That
do
ain't
10
gonna
point.
work.
We're gonna do the 10 point.
That is not gonna work. Wow. So yeah. Wow. So they're not even allowing for the 10-point teasers yet.
Yeah, I mean
Well,
it's a
maybe
new book. They'll
I,
they'll
I
jump
wonder.
on.
I wonder if it's because you're double dipping in this, right? You're doing Miami, Ohio, right? And the total in the side, right? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, but I mean, try
Yeah.
something else. Try put it on something
Yeah.
else. See what it does.
Yeah. Let me see. Nope. No, they're just not ready yet. They're not ready yet. All right, it's cool. It's cool. We
But either way,
understand
that's
what you're
that's the
trying to do.
play. Yep. So
Yeah.
it'll be a 10 point teaser. We're gonna go both the favorites to bring them down to pretty much a win,
Hmm.
and then we're gonna go under the Buffalo and the Miami of Ohio game, and that's gonna lock it in for
Okay.
1 unit.
And remember, so we're using a new book here. So it's ESPN's bet book. They won't let you do the teaser for 10 points just yet. You see it right there, unavailable. So you can only do a 3.4 point. They're just kind of trying to hold out for liability, especially with new betters coming in, especially with that 1,000. Right? You can get a match 1,000, so that means you drop 1,000 on a teaser like this smash. It's a no, it's a no brainer bet. Um, in terms of being able to take a side and just let it ride. So they're just being careful with that. So that kind of makes sense. But we might be able to find some value here still. But just wanted to give you a new look, a fresh look with the new book. But all right, I like the bet. I like the bet. Yeah, I'm not on anything, any games today, or tomorrow. I am on the Friday game. It looks like you are not there until Saturday. So
Mm.
I'll go ahead. You can find this one at Colorado versus Washington State. Washington State is -4, total is 62.5. Money line -190. And we always talk when we talk about Colorado, it's like, do you believe? Right? Every week we ask the same question. Do you believe? And both teams have gone, their trajectory have gone down since the beginning of the year. All right, Washington State started off real hot. We didn't know what to think. The quarterback, he had like 20 touchdowns and no picks. We thought we was talking Heisman with him. Colorado, even though at the time, I mean, even now that we know that TCU ain't nothing, but Colorado shocked the world and beat TCU right out the gate and got everything moving. So, and then they beat Colorado State. So,
Do you believe, Nate?
I believe in his total.
Because
That's
they
what I
they done
believe in.
my man done got me some money
Oh,
this year,
yeah. I
baby.
see
You
you,
know what I
boy.
mean? You
I
know what I
see you
mean?
with those
You know what
shades,
I
boy.
mean?
I
That boy
see
got me
you.
some money, so I had to go give it back. I had to pay it forward and make sure he
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. I see you, boy. Yeah. So what we're doing here is we're taking a total. We're taking the over. Both these teams can't run the ball, and both these teams don't have good defenses. Is really what the take is. So this is going to be pass, 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 pass. We already know what Colorado is, and if you can't tell, if you don't know, if you haven't watched Washington State, same thing. Pass, 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 pass. That's all going to pass. I was thinking leaning here, Colorado. The line has definitely tricked down the Colorado side. I think it started at 5.5. maybe even more. But I'm almost positive it was 5.5 to 5. Now it's down to 4, which is really crazy because that means money's coming in Colorado. So um, I still kind of like the 4. They're keeping games close. They're getting better, but give me the total over 26. I mean 62 and a half. Um, yeah, over 62 and a half. I think that's across the board at most books.
Yeah, that's
So
not a bad
give me
play.
that
You're taking
live
just
right
straight
in.
over 62.
Yeah, over 62, just straight up over 62. I
Yeah,
like
they should be
Colorado,
here.
but I'm thinking like I'm thinking with the way these offenses play, I'm thinking 62 makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
So if you don't got one, you need to get one because we got one. Wolf in the background coming off the 18th hole. Our guy, your guy, CSharp. What's up, bro?
Sure.
What's up, guys?
What's up, man? Thought we bring out the ESPN betting app. Check it out. See what it look like. That's what that
What
is.
do you? Oh,
You can't do
I like
you
it.
can't do any teasers. You can't do any teasers. 10-point teasers. They won't. They only let you go into four
Yeah,
points. So
yeah. That's kind of a DraftKings special.
yeah. So we'll play around with it. Even 7-point teasers. It's not available on multiple legs. So
What's it offering on two team teasers?
let's do it. I think I want to say 7 maybe.
Is
Nah.
it
Yeah. 6. They're only doing 6.
6?
So they got a promo where
Okay.
it's $1,000 match for new players. So I'm thinking they're keeping the
Oh, nice.
liability kind of down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So up to $1,000. But I mean, I just thought I'd give it a fresh look. Look at the lines are pretty close to what I've been seeing anyway. Nothing really crazy. So it's just that the teasers, you can't get real funky with the teasers yet. So we'll see. All right. So that is all I have for Friday night in terms of betting. So let's keep it moving to Saturday. Oh man, there's a slew of games going on here. I think you got the first one up on that 12 o'clock slate. Let me see if I can find it. How was the uh how was the green today, Sharp?
Oh, it was in good shape. Courses were good. I mean, our grass has gone dormant, so the fairways were
Okay.
overseeded, so that was nice. So the fairways were green, but the rough was kind of dormant. The
Hmm.
match went extra holes. We won on the 20th hole, which was nice. I chipped in for birdie. I was just off the green though. It's hard to say. I mean, it wasn't like a hard chip in,
I heard that. You can catch me at chip and
but we
putt.
got it done. It was slow. One of them 5-hour rounds. Those always suck.
Yeah, yeah, I hear that. You can catch me on chip and putt or top golf. That's about it. That's all I got for you. I gotta learn though. I gotta learn though. I heard it's real shit. Like the older I get, the more I network, the more people I understand really play golf. Like really be out here on the green playing golf. So I got to make sure I can talk some shit and bet some holes for real. All right. So I guess my game is up first. Actually, I am on this Rutgers Penn State game. Um, Penn State coming off obviously a tough loss, and I think here in this spot, you would think Penn State would be the spot. I just don't trust this offense, man. I really don't. So I like Rutgers to keep this game close, and I'm actually going Rutgers. I think Penn State might be able to stretch this game out as the game goes on, but I think early on Rutgers is going to put up a fight. We saw that against Ohio State with Rutgers. So give me Rutgers first half plus 10.5. Give me the hook. I love the hook there to give me a little bit more protection. Let's see what they have here. Do they have it like that? Nope. Might have to. I might have to go to DraftKings, man. This book ain't put together yet. It's not. Oh, here they go. Oh, look, they got a better. They got 11.5 at minus 120. I'll take it. I just don't know my way around this thing. All right, no, I'm sticking with it.
And don't forget, I think they fired their offensive coordinator, so they might have some little freedom at the offense position for Penn State too.
Yeah, so my only thing with Penn State was like you just touched on, Diddy. So they just fired Mike Yurcich. I don't know that it was necessarily his fault. I did question some of the play calling, especially in that Ohio State game. Um, I just wasn't sure why they didn't pass the ball down the field when Ohio State was blitzing at them a lot. My question against the Michigan game wasn't anything on offense really, because Michigan's defense is just that good. I had a feeling both teams were going to struggle to score. My thought process was the whole second half, Michigan just went to 13 personnel with linemen. They didn't even dare to throw, and Penn State stayed in their base defense. Like, what are we doing? And yet you blame it on the offensive coordinator. So I'm not sure that was the right firing to kind of jumpstart the squad. And my fear with Penn State, which actually helps your bet here, Moss, is what does Penn State have to play for, right? They're back to who we thought they were. They lost to the two teams that always beat them and end their season. Now they're looking at the same bowl game. And it's kind of like, here we go again. What do they have to play for? Like the college kids aren't looking at, hey, if we win out, we win our season win total. They don't care about that. So
yeah, that's part of my handicap in my head too. Like this is not like a bounce back spot for Penn State after that loss. Like it's what I mean. It's just all right. Here's another game, and like I said, I like Rutgers here, and I'm getting actually better on the line here with ESPN bets. I saw it at 10.5 on DraftKings, but I get a whole point at 11.5 at minus 120. Yeah, I'll take that all day. Give me Rutgers first half plus 11.5. And like I said, looking back at some of their bigger games at the Big House with Michigan, that game was 14-7. At home versus Ohio State, they were leading 9-7. So some of the better teams um, in the East here on this side of on the division, yeah, I think they keep this game. I think they keep this game close. I actually like the 20, but I could see Penn State kind of starting to pull away late in the third or fourth quarter. With that change in offensive coordinators, like you guys talked about, how does that work in college? Like, is that really like a uplift, or is that them just trying new stuff or trying to do something different? Because like in the pros, you see like when there's a coaching change, you see an automatic kind of uplift in terms of the morale, especially from a head coaching, but from even a coaching standpoint from the specialty coaches, from the D coordinator, offense coordinator. You see some changes, but I still think it takes time for those wrinkles to come in. I mean, we're talking about 2 games left in the season. Like, so are we really going to see a big difference here in terms of offensive,
I think,
prowess for Penn State?
and I went through a couple coaches changing in my career.
Yeah.
It all depends on how the players um, obviously like the coach, right? Like sometimes they feel like it's my fault, it's our fault. We got the coach
Hmm.
fired, we didn't do enough. So, like you said, it's not like the pros where everybody's getting paid a check every Tuesday or Monday. This is really more of a family type of oriented type of camaraderie between college teams. So they could. I see what you're saying. You just might only difference you might see here is just more of whoever's going to be making a play call might just open the book up a little bit more of getting
Okay.
away from what their coach was doing. But as far as the players itself, I don't think it's a change in attitude. I think it's more to what Sharp's saying. They're probably just more fed up about just being in the same position they've been in the last X amount of years, losing to Michigan, losing to Ohio State, and finding their way backdooring into a Rose Bowl or to some New Year's Six Bowl. But I think this week is going to could be more of a letdown spot for them. So I do like your play in the first half because you got to. I think they're going to Rutgers, right?
No, it's in Penn
They're
State. It's
home.
in Happy Valley. Yeah,
Okay,
it's in
so they're
Happy
staying
Valley.
at home.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yeah. I mean, I can see Rutgers. I mean, Rutgers kind of been backpedaling too a little bit throughout the last few weeks too. So you got two teams kind of going in the same direction. That's not the best direction for them. So I would say
Yeah, I mean,
Rutgers here at plus 11.5 in the first half. I don't see them just jumping on board and saying, "Oh, hoorah, our coach is gone." No, I don't
yeah,
unless they feel
exactly.
like he was holding them back.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, exactly my point. Cool. All right, let us keep it moving. I think you got one coming up here, Diddy. You're on this Michigan game. against Maryland. Talk to him. What you got?
Yeah, you got Michigan coming off a huge game in Penn State. You know, had the coach over there crying post game, and um,
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
I've ever seen anybody let them curse on live on air like that. I mean, I know it was organic,
Yeah,
but even the replays is all, you know what I mean? Like it's all, there's no beeps, there's no
yeah,
nothing in none of the replays. So,
yeah.
but go ahead.
It's just interesting. Obviously, we know Michigan's a good team. I think they're one of the best teams. Obviously, that's why they're in the top four. Um, do I believe in this cheating scandal? I do. I think Jim Harbaugh and that Michigan staff had done some stuff and gave them a greater advantage against other teams. Now that they've been exposed, they have that behind them, like they're the victim. Hey, we got to do it for the old jipper and all that stuff like that. So, I mean, you're going to go into Maryland. I think they're going to feast on Maryland here. Maryland's been going the
Mhm.
opposite direction too. Seems like they have lost their footing. They were like more of their upset team alert for me when people played Maryland, but for some reason they're going the opposite way. So I like Michigan. I'm just going to look at the first half full game team total though, and I think Michigan will be able to put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, I don't see the first half, and that's because of the book, obviously. But team total they have is 34.5.
Yeah, I like over. I like over there. So I would definitely like the first half too. Anything over 35, so you're right there at the cusp. You go over 35, you're getting through that key number. I don't know if I like over 35, but I like them to hit 35
Hmm.
in this game. So that's going to take me over the team total.
What's the
Um,
first? What's the first half team total you
First
got?
half is still early. We're on Wednesday, so the first half haven't been released yet from what I got.
Oh, okay.
So I
So
won't see it, but I'm gonna guess it's going to be close to what 17 and a half, maybe close to 19 and a half.
I think more up. I think your 19.5 makes sense to me.
Yeah,
Okay,
which I like them to get three scores in the first half. So
right. I got kind of excited. I thought they had player props for college. I know that's hard to come by, but it doesn't look like they do for
what I've
college.
noticed is sometimes they'll throw like selected games. They'll have some player props on some selected
Yeah,
games. Sometimes closer to kickoff, like
right,
that day
right.
of, you'll see it pop up. But
Okay, I like it. I like it. All right, let's keep it moving. We got. I don't think I have another 1 o'clock game. I think we're going down a list here.
yeah, I got a one
Oh,
o'clock. We're looking at the Liberty UMass. I believe that's
oh,
a one
look at
o'clock,
that.
right?
I like that. You see the live, and then they got the little chart. Okay, okay, ASPN. I see you. I don't know who would ever watch the game through the book like that, but
Well, it depends on
oh,
how live betting is. What kind of live betting they got? If they got some like situational live betting, you wouldn't want that actually.
facts. Actually, yeah, yeah. That's your field too. That's your look. You love
Yeah,
the live bet like
yeah,
that too.
yeah,
All right, you got next game. We got UMass versus Liberty. Liberty
yeah. Let's take a look
undefeated.
at that team total.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Team
It's gonna be
total.
like what 40 something,
Team total, and they actually have the actual number here, 44.5.
44 and a half.
Mm.
Woo.
Scared money don't make money.
Put it down. We're going
Oh
over
yeah, I said
45, 44 and a half.
look at Shark.
I
I was
know
like,
Sharp gonna
what?
like that one, huh?
Shark don't like that one.
UMass ain't stopping shit.
Shark was like, hold up, that don't sound like Diddy. That's funny.
Give me Liberty at home to continue
Uh,
their undefeated season and fight
45 and a
for
half.
for a bowl game.
Yeah,
We're gonna go
that's
over
big.
44 and a half. We're gonna hit that
I mean,
45.
I know UMass is bad. Just keep in mind, 3 of their last 4 games, they have not scored 45. I'm just saying.
Who, Liberty?
Yeah, 3 of their
Yeah,
last 4 games, they have not scored 45.
yeah. Because they wasn't playing nobody like UMass. UMass is an
Shit.
open door, baby.
You old Dominion can't be much worse.
Mm.
Sharp's like, shit. I like
But
it.
hey, I'm with you. I'm with you. To me, it comes down to your bet just comes down to whether or not Liberty pulls the plug early, and tries to keep that undefeated season going. Um, Is it Liberty or is it JMU that still has the petition with the NCAA to be able to be bowl eligible?
It's
JMU.
JMU.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the Dukers.
Yeah.
I think they put that in last week. I don't think I've heard anything back, but I know they put that in last week.
Yeah, the NCAA is dragging their feet. I mean, who knows? But maybe they'll make a decision.
They won't
Who
get it.
knows?
Well, I mean, let's look at it. Let's look at it. We got 44.5. Last week they put up 38. Probably more of a boxy game in that game. But they had 56 against Louisiana Tech, 42 versus Western Kentucky, 42 versus Mid Tennessee. You're right there. UMass is worse than all those teams. So I'm just going to go
I'm with you. To me, the bet just comes down to when Liberty decides that, okay, UMass, you guys have had enough. That's all the bet comes down to me.
Well, hopefully it's enough at 63. We're going to play it at 63. Let's go. Liberty over 44.5.
Let's go. I'm fucking with you, Diddy. Let's go. That's right.
Scared money don't make money. I was scared last week and lost money on the table. Left money on the table.
Yeah.
You know what I
We
mean?
definitely left money on the table. All right. I'm trying to think. I think you got more bets coming up here. You had the UMass. I'm on this. No, I passed.
We're just going. I just got 3:30 and UNLV, and then 7:30 Washington.
Yeah, I forget what time. Like Wyoming. This Arizona Utah game gonna be a good game.
That's an interesting line, man. I had to stay away. That line was crisp.
Yeah, I was looking at this game too. Like I was like, damn, Utah's defense is so tough, but the short line like that. I mean, money lines even. It's a 50-50 coin flip game. I like Arizona though, to be honest with you. I was thinking about it at first.
Arizona at home is tough, man. Arizona.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Really
Arizona at home. I was like, man, the way they've been playing too. Like I really like Arizona in that game. I think I have. Do I have them in the teaser? No, I don't. No, I don't have them in the teaser. That's the other Arizona. All right. So you said you had a 3:30 game?
Yeah, UNLV, Air Force. This is a tricky play for me here too.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, Air Force getting plus money. UNLV getting plus money. The way they showed out against Wyoming last week, I know it was a lot of money that fell on Wyoming last week. I even heard there was six-figure bets, close to six-figure bets coming up into that night before on Wyoming, which I think ultimately was moving that needle a little bit toward Wyoming's favor. I think it dropped to like 5.5 or something like that. And then away to UNLV kind of started that game and smacked them around. UNLV can put the ball in the end zone. For them to be at plus 3.5, and I feel like Air Force has kind of been stumbling kind of to close out this year. I'm just going to take this as just the team that can put up points.
Bro.
I hear you.
They sucking you in.
Yeah, and that's fine.
They sucking you in.
Pause that.
Pause. Yeah, super pause. My bad.
Pause that. But we're gonna go UNLV. I'm gonna take it on both sides, man. I think I'm gonna figure this out by Saturday. If I'm going to go to 3.5, the line moves. But I got a heavy play on UNLV, possibly the money line, to beat Air Force.
You're not taking that now. That's just Are you taking that now? I know you wrote it down, but the way you're talking,
it's going to be my play. It just depends on which play I'm going to take. That's the only thing.
For the
viewers, I would go 3.5 just to get you the points. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was cutting you off. That's my fault. So let me ask you this. What are the odds on to win the conference? Like, what are the odds to win the Mountain West? Because essentially the winner of this game almost wins the Mountain West, depending on what happens with Fresno. I'm wondering if you almost get better odds on UNLV to win the Mountain West than you would betting this game, if that makes sense.
Well, we figure what money line would be, plus 180, 160 maybe? Let me look at what's the money line here, Nate, on this book?
135.
135. That's a short money line, right?
Well, it's 3. Yeah, I mean, it's 3. That's good value for 3. 3.5.
But it's 3.5. It's 3 or 3.5. Oh, okay, I seen it last night at 3.5.
Yeah, it might have changed. Yeah.
Does that book have odds on Mountain West title?
Yeah, I think so. I think they conference winner. Mountain West champ. Air Force is plus 105,
What's UNLV?
plus 400.
See?
Is that
So
too
that's
small?
what I'm
Yeah, let
talking
me.
about. You're saying you like UNLV in this game, right, Brent?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So you see what I'm saying? Like essentially, if they win this game, they
win the
control
Mountain
their
West.
they essentially control their destiny in the Mountain West, right?
Yep.
Now, why
And
is
you're
that?
getting
They lost to
and you're
Fresno.
oh, they lost to Fresno.
Yeah, they lost to Fresno.
Oh, so Fresno has the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
And what's Fresno's odds? 500. Why is Fresno's odds plus 500?
Now remember, y'all, we're on a new book, right? So, I mean, I'm assuming they're pulling it from, all the other books. But remember, Barstool's book was a little slightly different. Like they had sometimes they had some funky odds, at times.
So here's the deal. Fresno State has that extra conference loss. So what I'm saying still holds true. Diddy, what I'm saying is what I would do personally, like if you do like the +3, and I'm not saying you're wrong here. I think the line's kind of sharp. I do think it's a coin flip game. I think essentially the conference is up for grabs here.
Mm-hmm.
Neither team has a tough game last week of the season. So what I'm seeing is if you think UNLV has a chance to win this game, I would take them to win the conference right now at a 4-1 ticket versus the money line plus 135 because you're getting so much more value and the winning this game essentially achieves both bets. So if I'm looking at it, I actually see the best bet if you're looking at that particular scenario as pulling the trigger on UNLV plus 400 to win the conference.
It's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, I like the way you looked at it for sure. Something to think about.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. Just because you're getting a little more value and it's this late in the season, it's not like you need them to win 3 or 4 more games. It's literally this game, and then their last game is a pretty easy game unless they have a terrible letdown spot.
Right.
And hell, if they win that game on Monday, you might even get an option to buy out.
Good point. I didn't look at the future as far as the conference. I kind of left that alone since earlier this season, but
I agree with you that Fresno had the kicker, but they have one more loss. So essentially all you need is UNLV to win their next 2 games, and you got that 4-1. I'm just thinking with your handicap, if you're looking UNLV and you think UNLV's a live dog that can win, well, then hell, they're definitely a live dog to win the conference.
See, I just looked at this as Air Force has been slumping right now. I know they're going.
And I agree with you. I agree with you.
I mean, looking at this game is where I was like, all right, there's value in the money line for UNLV traveling. Now they're going to altitude, right? I'm sure it's going to be possibly some weather. They play really well at home in UNLV inside of that Vegas, whatever they call it, in Las Vegas. So that could be something that's why that line is at 3.5. But you can see it start open at 3.5, and now it's going back to 3. The question is, does UNLV travel into this altitude where Air Force has to win and kind of get out that rut? You know what I mean? They lost to Hawaii. They got embarrassed the week before in the Navy game. Now you gave me that opportunity to think about the UNLV to win the Mountain West is a very interesting look. I might fucking double down on that.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with doing that. I will say this: most of your average football will not be watching that game because they won't realize the Mountain West is pretty much on the line. But I'll be watching. That's going to be a doozy of a game.
And I think that's the good thing with us, right? Good balance, good sides, good takes from all angles, and challenging each other on our bets, and just not even just challenging ourselves in like a negative way, but challenging yourself in a good way and seeing just a different look. Now you got something to play with from this bet. You went from taking the money line possibly, or even the side, to now even looking at UNLV to take it at, what was it, plus 400, right? You know what I mean? So, which is, obviously just put more money in the pocket if it hits. Like you said, Mountain West Championship is kind of on the line here. So, yeah, I'll definitely be watching this bet as well. And, let us obviously let us know what you take and what side you take. And, I'll be obviously always rooting for you to take it down. So, all right, let's keep it moving. Oh, man, love these this Iowa unders. Love them. Every time I see them, I love them. under 30, under 28, under 27, under 22. I think I'm on the under every time I see it. But got a surprise bet for you here, and it's because I have Illinois in their not total, yeah, in their record total to
Their
win.
season win
Yeah,
total.
yeah, there it is. Their season win total to win. So I need them to win out. So I'm actually, and I think it's possible that John Paddock, the guy, lit it up
Yep.
last game, 500 yards, 4 touchdowns in a dogfight. Um, last game, they did say Luke Altmaier is going to start, but I don't know if he starts out slow, and like everybody does in Iowa, if he starts out slow, I could see Paddock getting the call. Crazy, top damn near 15 team is 8-2, and they don't score any points. But give me Illinois in the money line. I think Illinois comes in here and wins the game. I think they have the better. Well, I know they have the better offense, and I think they can outlast, whether it be by field goals or whatever. I think they can outlast a dogfight type game. Could be, one of them weird games like 17-14 that gets you right over that 30 and a half, you know, 14-13 maybe. But give me Illinois on the money line here. Not a huge bet, just a unit bet. But I think there's some value on Illinois coming in here and actually winning this game in Iowa. I just think I'm betting on the better offense, being able to put up a little bit of fight than the last couple games we saw, right? The Rutgers, the Northwesterns, the Minnesotas, the Wisconsin. And one thing I do know by watching Illinois, Luke Altmaier is going to throw the ball. Like he's going to try and throw the ball. Throws a lot of picks, but he's going to try and throw the ball. So give me Illinois with the money line here. I was thinking about the points at 3. I think the 3 is a good bet as well, but I'm double downing on my season total over bet, and I need Illinois to win. So I'm putting it out in the universe, and hopefully Illinois wins this game. In Iowa, give me Illinois. What's that?
Illinois.
Kinnick Stadium? Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
Kinnick?
Kinnick Stadium. Kinnick
Kinnick
Stadium.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. I'm not going to double down. I literally was going to double down until I heard it was going to be Altmaier again. I was really hoping for that backup quarterback magic again.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. We gave Illinois out on our season preview, college football. So far, Washington. Yeah, 6.5. Washington's already hit for us. They already hit their 9.5. NC State already hit for us. We're going to come down to the wire on Illinois and Oklahoma. So I didn't want to double dip on either of those teams. I just need them to keep winning. So I'm going to stay away because I'm already invested. But I will say, if they do make that QB switch, I'm going to be watching this game. And if it's like a 3-0, 6-3 type game going into halftime, and they make that QB switch, I'm going to live bet Illinois for sure.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm banking on. I'm banking the QB switch is going to come. I'm banking it's going to start off slow in the first half, and it's just going to be stalling, and they're just going to pull the trigger because they need to win. So
yeah,
they want to get in a better bowl game. So
agreed.
I'm going with Illinois here, money line. All right. Let's keep it moving here. I think we got one more bet here, and so do I. And it's actually a really good game here. Pac-12. We're going over back to the Pac-12. When is this game? Is this my game before yours? I think my game is before yours.
Well,
No.
I have a 2:30 game.
Oh, go ahead, Sharp. Talk to me. Let them know.
My only college football bet, and I'm probably going to have it in a 2-team crossover teaser. That's also why I was kind of asking about on the new ESPN app. I might open an account and start my first bet on there with a 2-team teaser, and I'll probably tease Georgia with the Niners or Georgia with the Eagles. I'm undecided on that, on who my NFL leg will be on a small little crossover teaser. That being said, I still power rate this game at 13 or 14. Georgia's healthy. When Brock Bowers was out, it allowed Georgia a chance to their quarterback and their wide receivers to gain a rapport together. He was only looking for Brock Bowers, first time starter in Beck. That's just going to happen. It's kind of what you see with McCord and Marvin Harrison Jr. When your number one weapon is that good and you have an inexperienced quarterback, they're just going to look that way. And that seems like, oh, well, that's smart. Well, sometimes it's not always smart because teams are rolling coverage and someone else is open. The young quarterback just doesn't look that way.
True.
Well, slowly but surely, Beck has started to spread it around because he was forced to without Bowers for a few weeks. And guys like Ladd McConkey have totally emerged. And now they're running the ball. I think their offensive line, just like every other college offensive line, week 9 and 10, their continuity is going to be way better than weeks 1, 2, 3, 4. Offensive line's about staying together. You know where to block. You know who to reach. It's just continuity. So now they're running better than they were. This is just a juggernaut of an offense. I hate to say it. This offense is clicking, and I just don't think Tennessee's going to be able to keep up. Georgia's going to get enough stops. Tennessee likes to pass. Georgia's vulnerability this year is you can run on them. Auburn ran on them. Other teams that have had success and kept it close. The only other team that kind of kept it close that passed was Missouri. Well, it's sorry to say this, but Tennessee doesn't have Missouri's receivers. So even if this game turns into a bit of a track meet for the first quarter or two, I just think over time Georgia's going to pull away. And I just think Georgia wins by 2 touchdowns or more. Give me Georgia laying 10.5. I did get it when the line opened at 10, but I still like 10.5. I've got this game power rated at 13. I would take it all the way up to 13.
I agree. Yeah, Georgia's coming on strong, real strong, man. They're coming on real strong. So I like the bet. I have them in a teaser. So, and I'm pretty sure Diddy has them in a teaser somewhere too. I just
Absolutely.
know he does. Yeah, I know he does. The teaser got himself.
And I will say, if I were leaning the other way, like I would look at a Tennessee first half bet more than I would a total. Like I could see this game being like 21-21 at half, and then Georgia just squeezes them second half and still wins by 2 touchdowns going away. So if I were looking the other way, I would look at a Tennessee first half, but I think this will be Georgia by the second half. The route might be on.
Yeah, I agree. All right, we got one more bet, straight bet across the board. If you guys still with us, drop a comment, talk to us, let us know what you like. I see some couple people coming in and out. Go ahead, drop a comment, let us know. We'll take a look at what bets you guys like. And make sure if you're watching, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, all the above. And you'll know when we go live. You know the normal spiel. I get repetitive saying it, but I got to. So. Looking at LSU here, man, LSU, Georgia State, and I was really liking the team total, but the team total is 51, bro. It's 51 and a half. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, I don't know if I've ever taken anything remotely close to that. So what I did here, because of the way that they have it set up and the way I think this game is going to go, and obviously LSU is going to bomb on Georgia State, score. It's in LSU, so it's even more. What? What'd you say?
I mean, the last 3 teams to play Georgia State hung 44, 42, and 42.
Yep, I saw that last 4 games. So I just can't lay the 50, though. Let me see what they have on here. This is at.
I'm not going to lie with you. I've never seen I can't remember the time, dude. I might tell, they're going to go over 51.5. I'm telling you right now, Jaden Daniels needs this Heisman. Like, he's going to throw for 5 and rush for 2.
And that's what I was thinking. I was like, this is a Heisman game. Like, this is him just stat patting all day. He's not coming out. They're going to, you know what I mean? This is what he needs. This is the game that he needs.
If you're Brian Kelly, your team success, you're not going to do what you wanted, and you have fans that have unrealistic expectations year to year in that they think they're just as good as Georgia or Alabama, and sometimes they are, but right now they're not. But their fan base is going to want them to be. But what will help Brian Kelly?
Are you taking 51? You going to take 51? I'll take 51 with you.
I'm taking 51. They're going to score.
Let's
56,
go. I'm taking 51.
This might be 63. What I'm just saying is, I just think if you're Brian Kelly too, you might not pull, even if you got 56, you might keep your star quarterback in, because even if you have a 2-loss season, at least you might win the Heisman. And that got Lincoln Riley paid for a long time.
I'm with you, Sharp. So I was going to take first half 19.5. That was the bet. But I was looking for the team total. And when I saw 51, I was like, shit. And then I went to Georgia State and I was like, damn, the last 3-4 teams hung 40 something on them. And I was like, shit, we talking about LSU's offense though. This could be 21-7, 21 nothing in the first quarter. So
I like both those bets, dude. They're going to be up by 19. They're going to be up by 19 and a half. This will be 21-0 in the first, 21-7. I like the 19 too, man. I think you're on the good bets here.
Yeah, that was that. So 19 and a half was the bet. There's the spread, 19 and a half, and you're getting a 105. I just think they're just not going to be able to score. Every time LSU get the ball, is going to score. So, Sharp, we got a it's not a crossfire as they say, but it's an agreement bet here. 51 and a half team total, and I'm still on my bet of 19.
I'm going to tail both of them. I'm going to tail both of them, man. I'm going to take the 19 and a half because I'm running through some of my number. I'm kind of just thinking like LSU has a propensity to just let up bullshit touchdowns. So even if Georgia State scores 14 and a half, my numbers are saying that LSU's probably scoring 35 at half. No doubt about it. Like, so I just think they're going to cover 21 at halftime. Even if Georgia State scores 14.
Does it show first half team total?
Nah, I don't think they have the team total first half. I don't see that one.
Man.
They have the first half total points. That's at 38 and a half. Is the even number.
I mean, this just feels like LSU versus Army, which was like 63-0.
And what's LSU first quarter? What's the first quarter line?
8.5.
Minus 8.5, so 2 scores first quarter.
Yeah.
And the total of that is what? 14.5.
First quarter totals is what they have here, 16.5.
Okay.
And that could be LSU 17-0. Right, in the first quarter, 17-3 maybe. I mean, I think didn't LSU just hang 50 on somebody?
They always hang 50.
They've been hanging 50 for a month.
Yeah. I mean, that's because they've been in like shootouts. So this would be a little different because of the fact that they won't have that other end trying to push them forward to that number. But I mean,
yeah, like I said, 19 and a half. I'm taking the 51 and a half. 2 tiers in the bucket. Fuck it. Let's go.
All right. Ohio up 10-0 on that teaser already. Let's go, Ohio. Now we need Miami of Ohio to work out. Let's get it. That under looking good.
Hey, we can use a new book and check out the games, right? Let's see what they got it at. So what you got? Miami, Ohio, still 7.5. Ohio up 10. And that first quarter, Ohio must have been
told
good.
me Princeton first half, first Duquesne.
What, basketball?
Today. Yeah, I went away from
Duquesne probably stinks. When has Duquesne been
Princeton's tough, bro. Princeton's
been tough for a couple of years.
Yeah, they were getting 6 points today. 3.5 in the first half.
For a couple of years, man. Couple of years. All right, bro. You're the teaser god himself in the living flesh. We can't run the.
Still got one more.
Oh shit. My bad. Yeah, that's right. The Washington game. Washington, Oregon State. My bad. Go ahead.
And this is just very similar to what the last game I had against the UND against Air Force. Washington State's getting 2.5. They're going to Oregon State. I know Oregon State is a very, very tough place to go to and get a win. But this Washington team, I just think has everything to play for in this game. We're talking playoff potential. We're talking everything is on this game. Heisman potential. And Oregon State's tough, right? They're probably in your top 10 right now in college football. So they're going to be fighting. I think it's going to be a war up there,
especially at home.
And at home. But I just think Washington just has enough to be able to give enough pressure on that Oregon State's defense to continue to score the ball, even if Oregon State is scoring. So this will be just more a value play. I'm going to take Washington money line here. And this will be a 2-unit play. I think Washington keeps it rolling, keep their undefeated season going. If they lose here, this is very, 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 very bad loss. If they go up here and the way they played all season to lose
You think it's
here.
a bad loss? It's
No,
a
no, no.
tough.
Just be very tough.
Oh,
A tough loss, not a bad loss. Just a tough loss because this right here just destroys your whole season.
yeah,
You're
it
looking
does.
at a playoff potential spot here. If anybody above you, drops a loss, so you don't want that. You're in a driver's seat. So I'm
Hmm.
just gonna take money line, take the value here. I love my value meals. You know what I mean? Give me extra fries. You know what I mean? Large soda on the side, and we're gonna go with the value of Washington away money line.
I think
Two
me and
unit
Sharp
two
on the
unit play.
on the same side here. I actually like Oregon State in this game.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not betting it, but I'm looking at the game. Man, Washington is gone through the gauntlet to get here. I just wonder if they got anything left in the tank at Oregon State. It's gonna be a tough
I mean, I
game,
think I
man.
think
It's gonna
that's
be a
more of
real
them
good
being
game.
tested. I think they've tested. They've fought those games. They're
Yeah,
prepared for tight games. I will take it more that way than them having anything left in the tank. These games haven't been brutal. They haven't played no brutal games. Ain't nobody like, we're talking about shootouts ultimately in that, Washington USC game. We're not talking about we're not like they're going to a game and getting beat up. So
no, not like beat up like that. But I'm just saying, just like big spot after big spot. And you're right. Like they've answered the call. Like always back to October in October. Like when we saw them against Oregon. Now they got away with one against Oregon there. But Oregon, and then they had a couple. Um, I'm looking at some of the games. They another scare in Arizona State, right, where they scored late. There they were in a good fight in Stafford. They were in a fight with USC. They were in a fight with Utah. So I get what you're saying. There's two sides of that coin, right? One side is that they're battle tested and they're ready for this, and then sooner or later somebody's going to punch them out. You know what I mean? They're going to get hit. But I like the take. I think the right side of them going undefeated, they have more to lose on the line, so they cannot lose this game. So I definitely agree with here. It's just, man, Oregon State, man, and Oregon State.
this is my thing
That's
with Oregon State.
that's
The only thing I'm
tough.
giving them is being their home field advantage.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You-
saying.
But
And
if you look at
Oregon State.
their play, the teams that they lost to are teams that can fire on them. Arizona fired on them, and at that time,
Hmm.
Washington State, I believe, fired on them.
Yeah,
What like obviously Washington State went down, but when they were playing, that was that last game. They kind of went crazy. So they struggle against teams that can continue to put the pressure on them offensively. And I think this is another one of those games.
yeah,
If you just look at their look. Like UCLA is a defensive team. Arizona
yep,
bombs away. They were to lose that game. Colorado, Stanford, and now you're playing Washington. So that's
yeah,
why I'm taking a money line and a value here because Washington's going to be able to put up points. Penix going to be able to score, and they have everything riding on this game. So give
yeah,
me Washington
yeah,
money line. I'll get the plus money here,
yeah.
and I'll
I
take
ain't
it for
mad at it.
two to 2.5 units here in this play.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all. All right, keep it moving. Like I said before, the teaser god himself. Go ahead, run them. I
Oh
know you
shit,
got a lot.
we right back on it. No, it's not a whole lot. We got 3 teasers. 4. Sorry, 4.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say you got a
Well,
lot, right?
we're gonna go. We're gonna go 2-team teaser. Obviously, we're deep into the season. We're in week 12.
Yep.
We got App State going to James Madison. Um, this is
Don't
gonna be
let
a,
me down, Dukes. Don't let me down,
and
Dukes.
I think
That's all
that's
I
where I'm
gotta
riding
say.
with. You know what I mean? That
Don't
line is
let me
holding
down,
steady
Dukes.
above a touchdown. You know what I mean? You got here. This team, this
Oh
James Madison
man,
team, kind of
I'm
remind me of that
scared of this
central. They
game.
remind me of that Central Florida team, that undefeated Central Florida
I
team.
know,
They,
but App
they're
State,
mirror.
man, they done broke a lot of people's hearts over the last couple of
That's the
years,
old
man.
App State, and I'm betting on the old App State of doing that. And this is a new App State, and this App State team can lose. So we're going to take the James Madison and the 2-team teaser at 7 points,
Yeah,
get them
man.
down to -1.5, and then we're going to go back into the mountains, right there in Virginia, but just the West Virginia side. Cincinnati, for me, I just don't like Cincinnati's team. They're not good.
Hmm.
And West Virginia has been a fighting team, able to put points on the board at 6.5 under a touchdown. I'll take a 7 points there and get them to win. We're going to go James Madison, West Virginia for a 2-unit play for the first teaser.
All right.
Next is a totals
Yep.
teaser. We're going to go team total 10-point. We're going to go Penn State Rutgers. The total set at 42.5. We're going to take it up to 52 and go under. I think Penn State's defense is what it is. They play tight. They got exposed last week against the run, but Michigan is Michigan. They're getting back to reality, playing a Rutgers team. That also has pretty solid defense too. So I think this game will be tight. And if it will be anything, it'll be a little lopsided on the Penn State side. So I like this under on 52. I don't think a whole lot of points will be scored in this game. So we're going to go under there. We're going to go Hawaii at Wyoming. That line is set at 45. Hawaii's traveling over to Wyoming. We all know how I feel about Wyoming playing at home. This will be a tight, not a tight game, a low-scoring game. I like the 45 that's set. The line is set at 45. We're going to take it up to 55.5 and go under. I don't see that score being over 55 points. And then we're going to go to UNLV at Air Force. We're going to see points in this game. We're going to go UNLV, Air Force, line set at 47.5. We're going to take it down to 37.5 and go over. I like both teams to get in the 20s in this game, and I'll clear that over there. So that'll be Penn State under 52.5. That'll be Wyoming under 55.5, and that'll be Air Force over 37.5. That'll be my three-team 10-point teaser.
All right.
Then the third game we're going to go, it'll be this is something I think we might want to look at a money line for. I know you're getting that tequila. Get that. Save me some tequila, my man. Dang, you just killed that thing.
This joint is done. The bottle's done.
See. You killed it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna look at this next game and maybe a parlay, a money line parlay. But this is what we're looking at as a teaser right now. We got Western Kentucky playing Sam Houston. We've talked about Sam Houston. They got their win. That's good for them. But they're playing Western Kentucky. Has a history. It was
the first win for Sam Houston?
I want to say was it last week or 2 weeks ago they had their first win.
Okay.
We're going to take Western Kentucky down to 2.5. That's getting below that key number of 3. Playing Sam Houston at home. I like Western Kentucky to be able to do that. I think they'll expose them. I think they win by more than 2 scores. Obviously, the line set at 12.5, but just insurance, we're going to take it under 2.5. We're taking Georgia playing at Tennessee. Sharp has said it. Everything he said against that handicap I love. I'm just going to get the insurance and take it down to pretty much a pick. Getting UGA at -0.5 at Tennessee. And then we're going to take Texas playing Iowa State. I think Texas continues to fight. We're going to take Texas down to +2.5 from 7.5 -7.5 to +2.5. And I like them to win this game at Iowa State. That'll be my 3-team teaser. Texas, Georgia, Western Kentucky.
All right.
And then my last is a 4-team, 13-point teaser. We'll keep it simple. North Carolina going to Clemson. I like North Carolina at +19. The line is set at +6.5. We're going to take 13 points up to 16.5 to 19.5. I don't believe they'll lose to Clemson by more than 20. They should be able to keep that game tight, at least put pressure on Clemson as far as to continue to get them to score. I like this being a high-scoring game also. Then we're going to go to Oregon playing Arizona State. I think they cruise in Arizona State. We're going to pick it from 23.5 to 10.5. I think they score by at least 2 to 3 touchdowns. That should be an easy win. We're going to go to Missouri at home playing Florida. Florida just got beat up. They did have a last-minute run in that second half of that game, but I think they gassed out going to Missouri. Missouri should be able to put their foot on their throats. -11.5 was the line. We're going to take it to +2.5. And then lastly, we're going to take Washington at Oregon. We're going to take Washington from 2.5 to 15.5 at Oregon State. And that'll be my final 14, 13-point teaser. That's Washington, Missouri, Oregon, and North Carolina.
You should just bet teasers, bro. Just bet teasers. You've been the teaser guy forever. Just bet teasers. You just gave us like 5 teasers, dog. It's unreal.
I did. I try to give you a little bit of everything. A 2-teamer. If you, it's for the listeners. If you don't want to do 2-teamer, 3-teamer, or 4-teamer, you can pick and choose. You ain't got to do it all.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
And you can mix and match them if you want. Mix and match. They all gonna get something.
Yeah, I feel that.
All right, so I wanted to say a couple of things real quick because a couple lines are now out for the futures. For the futures, this is pretty important. Man, like this is crazy. Like I don't even know. This is crazy. So I'm looking ahead at all the lines just kind of came out like within the last hour, just started releasing for conference title games. And this is kind of this is like what I do. Like I look ahead, like this is where I make a lot of my large bets. And guys, some of these lines are crazy. So the SEC championship line's out. Stop what you're doing. Go take Georgia -4 versus Alabama right now. Just stop what you're doing. Don't worry. Like just take Georgia -4.
Okay.
Remember, that's a de facto home game. That's in Atlanta. So, I mean, come on now. Georgia's not going to let Alabama beat them. I do think it's a close game. Like, remember in our preseason show, we talked about how Alabama has a chance if they just let Milroe be a running back? It took them half the season to figure it out. They tried to have him throw, and he just can't throw. And then, like all good coaches do, they've transitioned. So I do think the line is kind of sharp, but Georgia -4. They're not losing Alabama. A couple things I'm looking at which are crazy. So they're already putting out an early line on the potential Pac-12 title game. It's Oregon -7 versus Washington. -7. So think of just where we're at in a market where Oregon neutral field is now favored by 7 over Washington. So just keep that in mind. And then remember, we're talking about the big matchup this week is Oregon State hosting Washington. Well, Diddy and Moss, you know what I like to do, guys. I always look ahead. Well, Oregon is playing Oregon State next week. So Oregon State finishes their season hosting Washington, and then they've got to go to Oregon. Let you guys take a guess. What do you guys think next week's line is? Oregon versus Oregon State.
Probably 10 and a half-ish.
I'm not.
It's
in Oregon?
It's in Oregon. It's in Oregon. Diddy, what do you think? Or 10. So you said 10 and a half. What do you think, Nate?
15 and a half.
So it's 11 and a half.
Damn you, Diddy.
So, man, so the market is kind of really like what. So when I factor all that information in, because I like to just see, like now we've seen so much information. These teams have played each other. I like to see where the market is kind of valuing these teams, because it gives me a sense of what this week's handicap is. And the fact that they're essentially telling you they now put Oregon a full touchdown over Washington kind of shows you why that Washington line is what it is.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, because they're essentially saying Washington, who's a 7-point dog to Oregon on a neutral field, is now going to Oregon State. I'll tell you right now, if Oregon State beats Washington, I will be unloading on Oregon against them next week at home.
Which makes sense. Yeah, I mean, that would make sense. I mean, that's just a big rivalry game between them two. That's why I know the line will be shorter than we think it should be, or what's maybe some regular viewers that don't watch a lot of college football would think it would be. Oregon State is a war. You know what I mean? No matter what.
Yeah.
So that 10 and a half is, I think that 11 and a half is right where, it might even go down. It depends on what happens this week, though.
If Washington beats Oregon State, I would lean Oregon State to give Oregon hell next week. If Oregon State pulls off the upset of Washington, I could see a letdown spot in Eugene next week. That's why I'm so like these two games are they're exciting to watch. I feel really good. My biggest season win total prop was Washington. I gave that out as, we all hate to use the term locks, but I just felt like with how their season was shaping up, 9.5 felt really, really good. So it kind of, I've got money in my pocket. So that's kind of why I've been staying away from these last 2 weeks in the Pac-12. But I just wanted to put that out there of just kind of where the market is, because I feel like most people wouldn't have no idea that Oregon would be favored by 7 if they played Washington right
now. Yeah, good take. Good take.
But I wanted to stop and say, stop what you're doing and bet Georgia versus Alabama -4. Like, I think that line will be 5 or 6 by kickoff.
Agreed. So I did have some teasers here. I want to get through them real quick here so we can get to NFL. Taking Wyoming. Hawaii's coming off their win of the season against Air Force. So give me Wyoming. Hawaii's got to travel to altitude. Diddy has me looking at Wyoming. I think it's a tough place to play. Give me 3.5. We already talked about Georgia and Tennessee. You already took Georgia. We're talking about Georgia already in the look ahead in against Tennessee. Sharp, you already said your side on Georgia. I think that's enough said. Georgia wins this game. And then we talked about it already. JMU. Like I said, don't let me down, Dukes. Do not let me down. Give me the win. Taking JMU to win plus 10, 3-team, 10-point teaser. Lock that in. Then I got another teaser here, real quick. Going and double dipping in some of my other plays that I had earlier today. I've already talked about Illinois and Iowa. I think Illinois can win this game, and now I'm getting them plus 13. I think they keep this game obviously close. So actually, no, not plus 13. This is a two-leg teaser actually. I got it plus 10. I don't think Illinois loses this game by 10. And then going, I did read up. I think Bean is playing for Kansas. I think Kansas State and Kansas has a chance to be the biggest scoring game of the week. So give me the over. I'm teasing that down. I'm trying to think where it is. I think it was at 57.5 or 56.5. I'm teasing that down to a 7-point teaser. Teasing that down to 49. I think it comes 49.5. And getting Illinois plus 10. I really like this teaser. This is probably a 2-unit play here for me. Give me Kansas State over 49.5 and Illinois plus 10. All right, I just wanted to get through college so we can move on to NFL. All right, NFL Week 11. Games are up. A lot of big games this week. Some injuries, some weird lines, some returns from injury. So let's run through it. Thursday Night Football. Big, huge game. AFC battle. Cincinnati versus the Ravens. Ravens are favorite minus 3.5. Totals 46. I already saw Higgins is out again. I believe Chase is playing. Chase had his, he was questionable, true 50-50, and he goes out and still gives you 100 yards. But, kind of similar to the Jags a little bit. Cincinnati, man, they look dominant at time, like, oh, they're going back to the Super Bowl, and then they lose to the Texans. I know there was a lot of injuries on the Cincinnati side of the ball here, but CJ Stroud is that dude for real. Should be in conversation for MVP. But I'm looking at some prop sides here. Cincinnati is not only hurt on offense, but they're also hurt on defense. Their starting DNs are hurt in this game. I believe the one is going to be out. The other one, Henderson, just hyperextended his leg. And so Hubbard is going to be out, and Henderson hyperextended leg, but they say he's going to play. But we all know, as football players and people who played athletics, that when you hyperextend your leg, you're not going to be 100% on a short week too, right? We're talking about
especially the defensive line position.
yeah, in a short week. So I don't expect him. I expect this game to be a little bit scoring. And Cincinnati's been getting gassed on the ground. So I'm going with the kid, man. I'm going with some value here. I'm going with the kid Mitchell, who scored twice already. Keaton Mitchell. Give me Keaton Mitchell to score again on another touchdown here at plus 210. I think that's pretty decent value. They've been using him more and more, and he just breaks long runs. It is what it is. He just breaks long runs. So give me Keaton Mitchell over. For to score a touchdown. And then also with no pass rush, that means Lamar's going to actually get ready, be able to throw the ball here. So who's his favorite target? I think this number is a little bit too low for Mark Andrews. Give me Mark Andrews over 53.5 passing yards. This offense, even though it's been a spread offense, this offense has been kind of like weird of who gets touchdowns. I know Odell Beckham has scored in the last 2 games, but they have some dynamic receivers a little bit. But for whatever reason, they they don't do a lot from a yardage standpoint. So I'm going to go to who the reliable person is. He's going to get the ball 4 or 5 times, and like I said, with no pass rush, Give me Mark Andrews and give me Lamar to be able to deliver the ball. So give me Mark Andrews to deliver the ball. Don, what's up, bro? Um, Your Lions, man. I hope you didn't seen a couple takes with Diddy in this lion kind of soundbite that he's got going on here.
Let's go, Don
It's
Don.
it's one of the worst sound bites I've ever heard in my life.
Don Don know what's up. Don Don know what's up. Them Lions, boy.
See, it's the worst. It's just so bad. So bad. But
Oh man.
Thursday night football, lock me in for those two bets. All right, let's go to the week.
Hold on, I got Thursday night. I think one of my
Oh, you
straight
got
plays is
Thursday
gonna be.
night.
Yep.
You got Thursday
Yeah.
night bags.
We're
Go
gonna
ahead.
keep it
Talk to
simple. I
him.
think it's gonna be. I think both them teams last week had some very, very tough games. Cincinnati obviously struggled with Houston. They were fighting to the last second to get a victory. Obviously came up short, and they was getting their ass beat all game. They got lucky that CJ threw that interception. If not, that game would have been done in that early in that quarter. And then you got Baltimore that was up early, whooping some butt, and then all of a sudden they let that Browns team come back and win, with allowing Watson to go 14 for 14 on a broken shoulder and a ankle sprain. Like, how does that happen? So I think these guys are gassed out a little bit. I think they'll be a little bit tired. Um, so I'm looking at that first half under here. I just think they'll be a little sluggish coming out the gate. So I like the first half under for my first play of the week.
Okay. It's a different take, different way to look at it. So under 23 and a half.
Yes.
I will say, just I hate putting out there as a best bet. We've talked about it on the chat. I have been just auto betting it for one small unit each time. Primetime unders are 24-8
Hmm.
this year. So just saying, Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night, 24-8 to the under. Now, this particular matchup could be one of the few that makes it the ninth, but man, I just have a small little one unit bet on 46. Again, I don't like it as the best bet just because that's just a trend bet here. But for those that like trends, man, this is primetime unders. They've been cruising this season at 3-1, winning to losing.
No, I agree
Yeah,
for sure. And that's one of the
uh-huh.
reasons why I like the first half under here. Just think it starts off slow. I think they'll try to get their start. They both will try to establish their run game because of these opportunities from the D line perspective. And I just think that clock will be running. 23 and a half points is, you know, that's a lot in the first half, especially against these two teams. They both know what's at stake here. So
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah,
I will
Don,
say
we we
one
did
thing
jinx
I
him, Don.
wanted to look at where I just think this has a chance to be one of them older school type games. I could see
Hmm.
this like I like a Justin Tucker kicker prop kind of thing, like over 1.5, over 2.5 field goals. Same with the Bengals kicker. Like I think this will be a field position type game, kind of leading to the under. Both these teams are coming off tough losses. They've got to win. Both teams are beat up. I think both teams could have 4 or 5 key players out come Thursday. I know Marlon. I know you touched on some of the players out for the Bengals. Marlon Humphrey's out. I think the left tackle's also going to be out. The right tackle should be back, but Moses. But I think their left tackles also, or their left guard might be out. So both teams are going to be banged up, as the case most Thursday games. Both teams are going to be desperate. Um, this just has one of those old school, like 23-20 type games where I think the kickers are a huge factor. So I would look at some kicking props.
yeah, I like your angle there. I've been looking at kicker prop on a weekly basis now, and that's the longest kick. So this would just depend on like the weather, obviously that day. I know it's going to be in Baltimore, so sometimes the wind be swirling. But usually the line of the longest kick is at 47 and a half. I mean, you're talking about two really good kickers that can kick the ball. And you always get those last minute, like second half. I'm sorry, going into the halftime, them long kicks that you'll get over
Hmm.
like 53 yarders. So I like the over 47 and a half, which is usually where the longest kick is set at. To
Yeah, I
your
don't
point,
see it on this book.
So DraftKings has it out. Man, give it to me right now, guys. Just give it to me right now. This will be one of those games I feel like we've already seen, right? We already saw one of those tough division games where the Ravens lost to the Steelers because they didn't take the points and trust Tucker, and they chased touchdowns and it burnt them. This has those vibes where Harbaugh will be smart and let Tucker win the game if he needs to. Justin Tucker's sitting at 1.5 at plus 105 to the over. Man, give me 5 units on this. I'm literally about to put it in right now.
well,
This to me is a home run bet.
Just wait for the weather report, though.
I don't know if I need it though.
1.5. I mean, that line is tricky. 1.5 and 1.5 for Justin Tucker on plus money. That's something. Something's happening.
So the weather is.
I was about to say, we can look at the weather. It's only
68. The weather. It's only tomorrow, so this is going to be super accurate. 65 degrees with 4-mile-an-hour winds. Give me 5 units on Justin Tucker, man. This is a no-brainer bet.
Yeah, I like it then. I mean, if there's no weather, then yeah.
No brainer. This is 5 units all day. This is officially my best bet of the week. No doubt about it for the NFL.
Let's call it the Nate Classic. That's the Nate Classic play. he originally found that
he did
back with Josh Elliott. Let's call it the Nate Classic.
And I hit it on Monday night. I put it in the chat with Greg Zerline over 1.5. Man, anytime we're getting these good kickers in a lower scoring game where I see 1.5, I've been going to those kickers, and Nate put me onto it, and I've been firing.
I put myself onto it. That's the first time I bet a kicker this year. We just saw it. But I think Jake Elliott's been kind of that Monday night game. That could be a game where Jake Elliott's going to be key. Those big games,
Eagles, man, we go for it
Agreed.
on 4th down so much it cuts into those opportunities.
It does.
That's the only thing. But like Justin Tucker, man, like at 1.5 on plus money, I love the value.
Yeah,
man.
it's crazy. That's crazy.
I don't have that on my side, so I might be giving you money to do that for me.
Yeah,
that's fine.
All right, let's keep it going. Sunday, NFL Week 11. What do I have? I only have a couple plays here. I don't have many plays. I don't even think I got a chance to really run through them. So you guys got to help me navigate what plays you got. Obviously the Cleveland, the news with Deshaun Watson being out for the year. The line is already ticked down. I think Sharp, you put in the chat, you were already on the early line on this side, right?
I wasn't. I wanted to. A lot of my Sharp buddies, like when I talk to them Sunday night, like Sunday night, me and my Sharp buddies talk a lot. Like, hey, what are the early lines you like? And one of the games that stood out to them before the Watson news was Steelers +4. Obviously now it's Steelers +1 with the +1 with the Watson news. So obviously it's a different line. At 4, obviously I would have loved the Steelers. I was late to the party. At 1, man, I don't know. Probably just stay away from me, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I had the same thing. That was one of my best bets. Was Steelers yesterday. Was at +4. I didn't pull the trigger yet, and I missed that line, so I'm off that game. That won't be a play for me.
Okay. All right. Well, you got Diddy. Since you talking a little bit here, let me know what's your first best bet.
I only had 3. The first bet was the Cincy's first half under. I had Pittsburgh circled there at +4. I missed that line there, obviously, with the news. And then my next game, I'm just going to go 8:20 p.m., the Sunday night game. I'm going to go to I'm just going to follow Minnesota, man. I believe in Joshua Dobbs. I think Joshua Dobbs is that guy. And it's kind of crazy because once they made that trade for him, which I didn't think was available to Minnesota, I was like, man, this is a great pick for them. So, yeah, I like Joshua Dobbs here on the road at +2.5. You want to buy a point to get over 3, then definitely do that. But money line is in play for me. I like Minnesota to keep that momentum going into Denver.
Yeah.
I got to get my charger, guys. Give me a second.
Yeah, I think if anything, I would be on the other side of this one. It's hard for me to back Denver, but they're on a good winning streak. They're figuring it out. Now, against the Bills, they got gifts, right? The turnover battle was such skewed for them. What they had? Buffalo had 4 turnovers, I think it was. Allen
Yeah.
had 2 picks. There was some fumbles. So to only win by 2, but they still won the game. And they got decent wins, right? They beat the Chiefs. They beat obviously the Bills at Buffalo. They started out the gate really bad, right? Lost to the
Yeah.
Raiders in a
Yeah.
tight one.
Hershey.
Yeah, man. That Yingling Porter, baby, my favorite beer.
Oh, the Yingling Porter with the chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had that yet. I
Oh
haven't had
man,
that
it's a
yet.
good one.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm off that game, but I would lean
Yeah, I just
Denver
like the value
actually.
there. I think Minnesota just continues to run. Hopefully Justin Jefferson will be coming back soon. They just got to hold ship really, and they can make a
Hmm.
run for it. Definitely a playoff
Yeah,
position.
they could.
So I like him. He gives Joshua Dobbs an extra week to get into the playbook. I think he marries well with that coach there, young guy, putting him in good position.
Yeah.
And although Denver has kind of turned that page a little bit, I'm not really fully into them offensively and Russell offensively. We kind of knew last week they can run against that Buffalo's defense, and that Buffalo's defense is not as good as this Minnesota defense been playing right now. So I like the fact that Minnesota will have that momentum going into Denver. I think they win. I think they win outright.
Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, I just in Denver. It's just in altitude. It's tough to play in Denver. I'm just looking at their schedule, and I think they could run the table here a little bit, right? They beat Minnesota. They can definitely beat Cleveland at home. They need these home. They need these 2 home wins because after that they go on a road. They got 3 road games. So that's gonna be tough, and they might go 1-2. They might lose all 3. So this is a must-win game for them to have any chances to have any postseason hope. So that's the
You
only
believe
reason.
in you believe in Russ if you want.
I don't. I don't. It's a no play for me. Okay,
Gotcha.
I feel you. All right, Sharp man, what you got?
Well, a couple. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. The line's back up. Okay, good. So earlier in the week, when the line opened, one of the games I did take right away at Sunday was 5.5. When the line opened, was Arizona at Houston. The
Mm,
line quickly dropped down to 4, and now I'm seeing a 5 out at DraftKings.
yeah, I'm
I
seeing
like
5
the
too.
5. It's pretty simple. I've got this game power rated at 3.5. I do think Houston's the better team. I think the rookie coach and rookie quarterback's no longer a fluke. I think this far into the season, you can they are who they are, right? CJ Stroud can pass. Their offensive line can protect. And D'Amico Ryans has gotten their defense playing pretty good defense. Not every week. They still lack some talent, but they're pretty good, especially with Derek Stingley back. Like, he can add some things on the outside and challenge some premier receivers athletically that most cornerbacks can't speed-wise. So I do think Houston's the better team, but coming off that emotional win against the Bengals
Yeah.
on the road, I just see a small letdown spot where maybe even Arizona's beating them late and Houston wins with a walk-off kick. So if you're giving me 5 points, again, I took it at 5.5, but I still love the 5 here. I just don't think the market's caught up to Kyler Murray. I think if you go back and watch the second half, all 22, he knocked some rust off, man. He made some plays that kind of looked like Kyler Murray. And everyone will talk about the run, but it wasn't just that. It was, to me, the fact that he wasn't scared. Like, a couple times the last few years, he would drop his eyes, and you could tell that he was watching the rush, not watching the play develop. And I thought in the second half last week, he was staring down the field, looking for plays to develop and trusting that he could make the pass rusher miss. And so, to me, if you're giving me Kyler Murray +5 against a rookie quarterback, I don't care who the rookie quarterback is. I'm going to take that.
Yeah, I'm looking at this the Houston team, and um they've given up some passing yards here. Kind of what's your take in backing Kyler Murray here in this game, because they just gave up. They were in they've been in a couple fights, Houston.
Mm-hmm.
They gave up 300, almost 350 to Barrow. In Tampa they gave up 370 to Baker.
Atlanta's not a good offense, and Atlanta moved the ball on them.
Yeah, the Saints, they gave up 350 to Derek Carr. So I'm looking at, I mean, it's the only one up. I'm surprised they don't have Stroud's passing prop up, but I'm leaning here that I think I like Kyler Murray over 241 yards of passing. Um, if you like Arizona here, I think it's a good spot to take Arizona. The money line is short for a 5-point spread. What is it?
Yeah,
That's not
185.
that's not that short. Never mind. It's not that short. It's
You
almost
would love
2 to 1.
200, but 185 is pretty good. You would love plus
Yeah,
200, but it
yeah,
is what it is.
yeah. So I'm gonna add a bet here for me. Give me Kyler Murray over um 241 yards. I think he just gets there. I could see him getting like 246, something weird like that. But I think there's enough value from what I've seen from the trend of the passing that Houston's given up. And if there's a letdown spot, the reason why Arizona's gonna be winning is on the arm of Murray. So give me a small bet on Murray here over 241 and a half yards. I know you were on Connor scoring. I bet you did Connor get hurt last game or no?
No, but what was crazy was, and Diddy told me, I did go back and watch the all 22, and he was right. Like, he probably could have scored. So they handed him the ball off. I think it was 1st and goal from the 9 late in that game, and he got right through the middle of the hole and kind of went down at the 2-yard line. He could have gone for the touchdown and scored. Diddy was right. I think there was just coaches were in their ear like, we don't want to score and give the ball back and lose this game, so we just want to drain the clock here and win on a 20-yard field goal, because then he took the ball for a -1-yard rush, kind of like just took the ball and went down, and then Murray kneeled the next play. So they intentionally not tried scoring the touchdown, or I do think he would have scored, and I would have won every single one of my NFL bets last week. So I was looking at that. That is part of my handicap, is that I do think with James Conner, like, part of my reason I liked Arizona last week wasn't just Murray. It's the fact that James Conner is a good running back. And when they have James Conner, they rely on the running game. Like, they're willing to give him the ball 25 times and control the clock. And Kyler Murray can pick up a few third downs with his feet, and that'll just keep C.J. Stroud on the field. And maybe that makes a young quarterback kind of get nervous at home, chasing Kyler Murray, and maybe he makes a pick. So I think Arizona's also like a live dog in that. Like, if you want to sprinkle them in a money line round robin, I think they're a live dog to win.
Yeah, I'm actually, you know what? I'm gonna switch this bet. I'm gonna take the Murray off. Give me James Conner right here to score. It's up on ESPN bet plus 135. I'm getting
I like
plus
that.
money.
He had a good game, and he looked good. I mean, he looked sharp. He was making the cutback lanes. Diddy was right.
Yeah.
He just literally chose not to score. He could have scored. He just chose not to.
Yeah, give me and Atlanta's got a good defensive line too. There's no slouch of a defensive line. So give me James Conner to score at plus 135. That is on ESPN bets. That is not on DraftKings. They don't have it on DraftKings just yet. So it looks like ESPN bets might have some more prompts. So I'll stick with ESPN bets for now. All right.
Hey, I will say, if they're offering free match play, like you were saying, putting a couple of your first bets down on plus money is always smart, right? Because you're kind of like tripling up then if you hit.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were saying that before. So they're doing a promo up to $1,000 for new bettors. The question is that they said that your Barstool's login would work. So I don't know if you have a Barstool login, would you be considered a new bettor? And I think you got to read between those lines. So you might have to do a new. I think they've even gotten smart where you just can't do phantom emails. Like, you got to do a new name.
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
You got to have it's got to all be verified. Yeah.
And it's got to be all verified. So if you got a lady, girlfriend, mistress, whatever, get her logged in so you can get that match bet. Get that match promotion that's going on. All right,
And go put it on UNLV 4-1 to win the Mountain West and cheer for Diddy.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. All right, what other games you guys got? Is Dallas? I was looking at this Dallas game. Like, you missed the recap of some of the bets that I had put in, Sharp. I was all over Dallas -16. That was a 3-unit bet for me, and then I did a alternate of -20 at plus 155.
Damn, nice.
That crushed too. So I was all over Dallas last week. I mean, damn, against another bad team here in Carolina. 10.5 seems like it's too easy. Like, this is another spot where, Dak Prescott and CD Lamb are going to just show out. Like, they're just going to show out. What was the record that CD had last week that they left him in to make sure that he gave? Was like 10 catches and like 130 or 140 yards or something like that he needed to get, or something like that. I think it was. I can see that happening again. And honestly, I'm gonna do it again. Give me Dallas at -10.5. Dallas versus the Carolina Panthers. I'll check the weather, like Diddy says, to make sure it's good in Carolina. But as long as the weather's good, give me Dallas. 3-unit bet, bro. 10.5. I mean, I think they said it during the scheduled during the broadcast. I think Dallas has like the easiest schedule left. They're in like top 5, the easiest schedules left. And against this team, against Bryce Young, they're 1-8. They can't find a win anywhere. And this is going to be close to like it was against the Dolphins, against the Lions. Seattle at the time was around that time, but how does Dallas not score 40 points in this game? Let me see what their team total is. Like, every bet we put out in Dallas, we smashed.
Yeah, and last week in the video I put out, which you shared on one of my best NFL bet last week was 27.5 team total.
Yeah, let me see if they have it. Yeah, they do. 26.5. Jesus Christ.
Now, I will say, I do think this is a classic. Like, this is kind of that classic Cowboys letdown spot, right? Like, exactly. Last week was that classic at-home Veterans Weekend. They're going to beat the brakes off the Giants, who just can't do anything. This week does feel like that. Like, they'll be feeling themselves, probably half-assed practice because they're like, oh, this is the Panthers. So I'm not saying it's going to be like as easy as the Giants game, but 26.5 does feel like it almost feels like a trap. Like, why? What are we doing?
I mean, Hayden Hurst is out with a concussion. Like, I don't know how Carolina's going to score. Like, that's what I'm like.
I don't know how Carolina's going to protect Bryce Young.
14.5 for Carolina? No way they get the 14 points. What was the game? What was the score last game for Cowboys? Oh, the Giants got 17. God. They scored 10. They scored 10 at the end there.
Yeah.
But he had 86 yards passing.
Oh, bro. It was Tommy DeVito. It was not good.
Oh man,
I mean, dude, they're 9-point dogs to the Commanders. I mean, that's crazy. Yeah, and I wouldn't touch that game. Like, there's no way I would lean Commanders if I'm going to take that game.
What's the first half? I think 10.5. What's the first half? 6.5.
I'm just gonna say, like, I've got a 3-team teaser, and the Niners, the Cowboys, and the Georgia Bulldogs are my 3 teams. So I'm with you. It's going to be a 3-team teaser just for a little added insurance. But I'm right there with you.
I mean, I understand what you guys are saying, but I'm just saying, on the other side of the ball, how are they going to score? Like, they don't have anything offensively. Like Don says, Miles Sanders still on the team. Yes, he's on the team. He just doesn't play. I literally just dropped him from my fantasy team. because it was his time. Like he's just holding a roster spot. I'm never going to play him anymore. Like
He
I'm
got
just
his
trying to go like.
he got his money. They're not winning, and he's not willing to hit. He's not hitting the hole hard.
Let's see what the player props are looking. Oh, they didn't drop
Like
any
Miles
player props.
Sanders. Miles Sanders is that dude. Like in any given Sunday, that's just not giving a shit anymore.
Oh man, I don't know,
I mean,
fellas.
would you want to jump from the Eagles to that bullshit either? I'd be like the same thing. Like
No, but hey, if you make $6 million, I'm just saying he got paid. He got
he's
paid. You're supposed to
he's
go
still
out there and try hard.
that's true. That money ain't gonna change on Tuesday. He's still gonna get that check whether they go.
No,
You know,
I got nothing wrong with it. It's a business. It's a business first. There's nothing wrong with that. I see that absolutely. I've got nothing wrong with personal choice. If guys want to take less and win a bunch of rings, that's fine. If guys want to cash out, that's fine. I got zero problem with either way. Like literally
Yeah,
none.
I don't see this as a trap game, fellas. I just don't. I can't.
I'm not
I
saying
just can't see
a
it.
trap game. I'm just saying of the three spreads that are big, I trust Miami to blow out the Raiders a little more than I trust Dallas to blow out the Panthers. Is all.
What's the alt line here?
He's
I'm
going
pissed off
big.
that the
I like it.
Sixers are getting fucking blown out their own building right now.
Yeah, of course. I know
Oh,
they
are
will.
they?
It's the
With
Celtics.
two of their players out, Porzingis and Brown is out. Like who's out there?
It's the Celtics, bro. We always
So
lose to the
what?
Celtics. That was a
Didn't the
great
Sixers
spot
play
for the
last? Didn't the Sixers play last night?
Yeah, they did. They're on a back-to-back.
Yeah, that was a
I
great
should have
spot
bet the
for the.
Celtics.
It was a great spot for the Celtics. Five, and
Yeah,
it was a short line. It was 5.5. Great spot.
No, it
and the Sixers are shorthanded without Kelly Oubre, so their rotations
it
are
actually
already
dropped to a
thin.
pick. It got to a pick by tip-off.
They got
No
to
way.
a pick.
Yeah,
Are you
got to a pick.
serious?
Yeah,
Holy shit!
Porzingis and
Oh, because Porzingis and Brown got called out. Oh, if I would have saw that, I would have unloaded on Boston.
Damn.
A pick? We ain't that good yet. No way. Don't let the hype for you. I'm double dipping. Give me Dallas minus 17.
Damn.
You on the alt line?
Yeah, man. Minus 17, bro.
Damn.
I hear what y'all saying, but then I don't. I really don't. I just like I just don't see Carolina being able to stick with Dallas in this game. Like I just don't. You know what I mean? Like I don't understand how. I just don't. I just don't see it. I think they get I think they get aired out again. So yeah. All right.
Man, yeah, I don't. They are going to get aired out, and I'm sticking with my teaser. But man, I'm double dipping in terms of I'm just looking back through of what kind of Carolina's defense has done against above average offenses, and it's not great. And they can't score, so they kind of give like the Colt, like Minshew, kind of dog walked them.
I like
Man,
the team total too.
Dallas over 26.5 team total.
Yeah, it's a good bet. It's a good bet. Them to score a touchdown in every quarter against Carolina. Come on, man.
And I think they could even have a defense. I just don't understand. Like, even if the Panthers play their best game, like Dallas will still, even if somehow they backdoor cover, like Dallas will score 27. Like this will be 27-17.
Yeah.
Like if somehow the Panthers were to come backdoor cover.
I'm betting that too. I'm betting Dallas every way you could possibly bet right here. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. All right. Diddy, you got anything? I've been talking too much about
I just
Dallas.
got teasers.
Making me sick.
Y'all making me sick. That's why I was quiet over here. Like,
I'm making me sick talking too much about Dallas.
A lot of, you know what I mean?
A lot of Dallas love. Too much Dallas love.
A little too much.
Yeah,
A little too much for me.
Yeah. Sharp, what you got? You got anything anything straight?
I've got one more straight bet. I did get it at a little better number personally, so I like to just be honest and put that out there. But it hasn't crossed the key number of where I have it power rated yet, and you got to go to FanDuel for this one. DraftKings is already at 13.5. At FanDuel, you can get the Dolphins, Miami Dolphins. We know who the Dolphins are. Dolphins should be favored by 12.5 on FanDuel.
That's it.
Pretty well. No, I didn't know if you were scrolling trying to find it. It's pretty simple to me. We know who Miami is, right? So against the upper echelon teams, they struggle, right? They're awesome in that when they get a big lead and they're that knockout artist, they just are a barrage against a bad team or bad offenses that can't keep up. But we've seen them play upper echelon teams like the Bills before they got hurt and had a real defense, or the Eagles or the Chiefs. They kind of get punched in the mouth. Well, guess what the Raiders don't have outside of Max Crosby? That's a good defense. And Miami at home is just a juggernaut. I don't believe in the Raiders. Yes, Antonio Pierce has been a good story, but come on. Aiden O'Connell versus Tua Tagovailoa in a possible shootout? Like, no fucking chance. Excuse my language, but I would take this game all the way up to 13 where it crosses a key number. And like I said, the game, I got this at 11. I would still take this at where FanDuel has it now at 12.5. So it's only a 1-unit bet for me, smaller bet, but give me the Dolphins.
Who the hell is Josh Jacobs? I'm like, so who does I'm thinking like the running back from the Giants, Jacobs. But yeah, no, I like the bet. I'm going to go Tyreek Hill over 91.5 yards. We just saw when the Raiders face Zach Wilson and Garrett Wilson. And Garrett Wilson had almost 10 catches for 93 yards. Tyler Conklin had a decent game with 70 yards. But Tyreek is on a mission to hopefully get to 2,000 yards. So I like Tyreek Hill. I think he gets almost 100 yards, but give me Tyreek Hill over 91.5 yards. It's high. It's right where it should be. The line's pretty sharp, but I like Tyreek Hill here at 91.5 yards. You could shop around maybe, see if you can find that a little bit cheaper in terms of the numbers. But we're just looking at ESPN bets at the moment. So give me Tyreek Hill over. All right. I don't have any more best bets or straight bets. So Diddy, you always lead us off with the teasers. Run it.
We'll do a 2-team teaser. We're going to go Tennessee at Jacksonville. I think this is a big bounce back week for Jacksonville. I think they get back on the right track. I like Jacksonville. He'll be able to run the ball. It can kind of can get back to their play action and getting Christian Kirk to rock and getting some plays out there. So give me that plus the line is set at 6.5, I believe. Is it 7 now? So we get into
7.
a pick. Yep. So we get them down on a pick, and we're going to take.
Hold on. What was it? You said Tennessee?
Jacksonville.
Okay,
Jacksonville at home. Yep.
Okay. Yep.
And then we're going to take that with Washington at home. So we got 2 home favorites. Take them down to a win pretty much.
Yep.
For a 2-team, 2-unit play.
Okay.
That's the 2-team teaser. And then I have a 4-team teaser. We're going to go Dallas, Miami, San Fran, and Detroit.
So all the best teams.
I just don't see them. I just don't see none of these teams losing. This would be a huge Vegas day if somehow one of these teams can upset these massive guys.
I don't see any of these teams losing. San Fran doesn't lose. Dallas doesn't lose. Miami doesn't lose. I know Fields is back from Chicago, but they don't lose either. I agree.
And this is going to be a 3-unit play.
Oh shit! 3
Damn.
units. That was, I know, right? That was a 3-unit play.
I don't have
he didn't say 2 to 3 units.
Yeah, that's a 3. I don't have not many plays on NFL this week, so the lines are too large for me to kind of mess around. I try to put them into a parlay. The most I was getting was 2 to 1 with a 16 parlay. I think if I put those in a parlay, you get plus 1.5. So I might do that.
I was about to say, let me do it. Yeah, let me do that real quick. All the big favorites in the money line.
I think the closer you might get is 2 to 1. So that actually might be the 3-unit play for me.
That might be the better play. I think we did that last week, and it was the better play.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's almost even money, -106. That's the better play. Money line it.
The 4 teams.
Yeah, the 4 teams. Yeah,
Yeah, so we'll
minus
money line that.
106.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
that
if you
makes a
want to
lot
add
more
another,
sense.
you want to add another 2 more money line to that, you can add Washington and add Jacksonville,
I don't
and then
really
you
want to
maybe.
add Washington, bro. I
Okay,
really don't.
got you. And then
I
the
like
last 2.
Jacksonville plus 154.
I mean, Washington's not going to lose. They're not losing to the Giants. I think Saquon Barkley is questionable too. I mean,
It's just
they'll
two
be
bad
my
teams.
my phone will be ringing with a New York Giant line on it in a minute, asking me to come up and play. So
Nah.
that's how bad they are. And then my last
Uh,
teaser will be a 3-team total teaser. I like to give those out. We got Arizona, Houston. Line was set at 47.5. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it down to 37.5 and go over.
yeah, I like that a lot.
Tampa, San Fran. Line was set at 42, I believe at the time. I like to take it up and go under.
Mhm.
And then we're gonna go New York Jets, Buffalo. Line was set at 40. I like to take it up to 50 and go under.
I think I like these teasers better than your college teasers. Yeah, I love this over here. Unless is this a because you guys like you. I think did you like Arizona in this game too?
No, this is a game I didn't touch. It's not that I don't like him or
Okay.
not. I just need to see a little more Kyler Murray coming back. And I really like CJ Stroud, man. I just like his moxie.
Yeah.
I like the way he's able to. I mean, let's really think about what he's doing. Like, can everybody understand what CJ Stroud is doing at the quarterback position as a rookie quarterback?
Yeah.
He's able to move around the pocket. He's able to extend plays. And who is his number one receiver? Nico
Nick
Collins?
Collins.
Are you kidding me right now?
Mm.
Noah
I mean, it's
Brown?
probably Tank. You don't think it's Tank Dell?
I mean, fuck it. Say Tank Dell then. I mean, who are these guys? That's what I'm telling you. Look at what he's doing with 3 guys that are just guys. They're really like they're good, but they're just guys. There's no Devontae Adams, no Tyreek Hills out there, no Jamar Chases. You're talking about just guys. So he's out there running around, scoring the football, extending drives, throwing the ball on a dime to just regular guys that are maybe max 2 or 3 receivers on any other team.
Mhm.
Maybe not even seeing the field.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's give his props,
I mean, I
man.
think that's fair to say about some of the other guys. I don't know if that's fair to say about Tank Dell, but
I mean, Tank Dell's a rookie. We can't say anything. I'm not saying anything bad about these people. I'm saying that we don't know enough about Tank Dell if he's a guy or not. We don't know data to tell me if Tank Dell's a guy. That's like me
I
saying
mean,
that
I think
that Flowers for Baltimore is a guy. We don't know enough about him yet, but he's having a solid year.
But I think the
no, but
guy in Houston is Mitchie, right? From Bama, even though he had the big
no, it's
college
their
success.
number one. Their number one guy is Tank Dell.
Okay.
So we're relying on number one guy being a rookie receiver that went what in the draft?
Yeah.
Where did Tank Dell go in the draft?
Oh no, I agree with everything you're saying,
That's
but
what I'm saying.
I want to be very, very, very clear when I say this. Of every rookie quarterback, CJ has the best offensive line by far.
Of every
Like the
rookie.
Texans are
Okay, you
the
kind of got me for that one. You said every rookie. Okay, let's throw in that he didn't have his best left tackle and Tunsil last week, and still.
Yeah, no, I,
Let's talk about the
agreed.
week before. Let's talk about early weeks when remember that one week we went against Houston. He had like two of his tackles gone
He
and
did.
still won a game. Like, let's really talk about what CJ Stroud is doing in a Houston Texans uniform. Like
Oh, no doubt.
it's really remarkable. And I don't want to be so. Going back to what you're saying, Nate, I'm off this
Hmm.
game because I think Texas can win this game. I don't see why they can't. So
Yeah.
for me, is 4 too much? Possibly, but the way CJ and that team has rallied behind him, it's pretty sharp. Pretty sharp. I love watching that.
Yeah. No, I do too. I do too. All right. I'll go real quick here because I only have one teaser. And it's pretty simple. Um, going where the spots are best. I love the Arizona Houston over. It kind of backs what you guys are talking about from Arizona. I think both these teams are going to score over, at least get to 40. I don't think anybody's going to slow down Houston, we've seen them play from behind, play ahead. I think Houston is a good team in Houston. They got something to fight for, but it is a letdown spot, and I see why Arizona is the best here, and I think Arizona is going to be able to score over 20 points against Houston. I wouldn't even mind looking at Arizona team total too here, as another bet here I can put in, and then we're going to go. We talked about Dallas enough, but give me Dallas to win. They don't lose this game, and then I think Diddy already hit on it. Give me the Jags at +3. Tennessee is not who I thought they were going to be. And Jags coming off an embarrassing loss. They're going to need to win because Houston's right on their tails in terms of the division. So Jacksonville needs to win this game. And at +3, I get them plus money to protect the bet a little bit, just in case Will Levis decides to show that big arm off. But I don't think so. I think Jacksonville handles business here. That's my 3-team 10-point teaser. Arizona, Houston over 38, Dallas to win, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I might throw in that same teaser and throw in the Niners. I think we were on the Niners last week, but I think Sharp kind of really said it. The Niners are back healthy, and that's a dangerous Niners team, right? And when Deebo Samuels plays for the 49ers, they are a different team. They just are. So that's why that line's at 12. We saw what Chase Young and Nick Bosa looks like now a little bit here. And we saw, because you can't double team them, both, obviously. So they're going to feast on Tampa. So I wouldn't be surprised if, you know what, I'm going to do it like this. Give me 2-team teaser. Not going to go 5 units like Sharp.
Let's go.
But give me Dallas and the Niners and a 2-team teaser. Easy bet.
I like that.
7 points. 7-point teaser here. Let's get it down. Oh man, that -140 is such a lot. Give me the 6.5. I don't want the 140. I don't want to pay the 140. Give me the 6.5. Give me -130. This is going to be a 4-unit bet. Ain't nobody done 4 units yet. We done 3. We done 5. Ain't nobody done 4.
No one's done 4. No one's done 4.
Nobody's done 4. I'm gonna be different out here. So give me 4 units on the Dallas Cowboys and the 49ers and a 2-team 6.5-point teaser. I don't see how either of these teams do not win by a touchdown. At least win by a touchdown. So those are my 2 plays. Don's still with us. Sixers nice as hell. So you were just talking. See, that's the thing about basketball. We're going to get into the basketball show, Don. I know you asked about it. But the game, basketball is the game of runs.
Yeah, they
could be down by 30, and then come back and win by 10 or 15 by the end of the third quarter. I did like the Celtics when I first saw the line at 5.5, and then you dropped to a pick. I would have really hammered the Sixers. I mean the Celtics there, in that spot. So and Embiid only has 6 points, and they're only down a point. Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, let's shout out to Tobias. He's on a contract year, so we're seeing a vintage Tobias. But I mean, maybe that could be coaching too. But I love what I'm seeing on Tobias.
I'm talking about Tobias, man. Nobody care about damn Tobias.
What? Have you been watching basketball?
Man. I know he's playing. He's like shooting like 75%. It's not sustainable. You know what I mean? Like he's shooting like unreal.
It's
like, was it 9 games, 10 games?
It's a difference,
and he's
bro.
shooting 75%.
He's going to the rim
because he want to get paid.
All right, let him do it. He won't get paid here, but I'm saying I like it.
You know what I mean? He wants to get paid.
You want to make a trade?
He's getting paid what, $40 million this year? Is his cap? Like he's getting paid like $40 million. It's ridiculous.
All I'm saying, the man playing well. That's all. It's a new coaching staff. He's playing well. He feels free. He's able to attack. I like what I'm seeing. That's all.
Man, shout out to Nick Nurse. How about that? Shout out to Nick Nurse.
Draymond got 5 games.
He should have got more.
I agree.
He jumped in and choked. He choked bull.
Yeah,
like, that was crazy.
Sixers just took the lead. I am sweating this bet right now, and I don't even want to say what my bet is.
You don't want to say what your bet is?
I don't want to say it because
You bet Boston?
no, I'm afraid right now.
Don't pick.
Draymond Green was just out there giving that live interview for that wrestling career when he's done.
Hit the 3. God damn, he hit the fucking 3, and they got time. Oh my God, I'm sweating this fucking play right now.
Oh, would you bet the first half?
Oh, I got it. I hit it.
Bet the first half.
Yes, I fucking hit it.
What was the bet?
My TV's behind. 57 points. Under 57.5. First half. Boston. 3 units, bro.
Oh, on the hook.
The first half they scored. The first quarter they scored 35 points.
They scored 37.
37 in the first quarter, bro. I thought it was dead. I had him under 57.5. Drew Howard hit that 3. Oh my God. 3 units, man. Let's go.
Woo!
That's funny.
Yeah, this is why we need to do live. We need to do live games, live betting, get that instant reaction because I need to see y'all flip the fuck out. I'm pretty even kill.
I'm already looking like trying to figure out how I can get that.
I need to see the sweat. I need to see Sharp throw his fucking hat across the fucking room. I want to see y'all go nuts.
Dead ass. Oh, another good play you can also look. That's a follow is Lakers first quarter. Like take Sacramento first quarter.
Oh, today.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, my God. It was at 57. Push is not bad.
You push. That's fine.
I push.
He should have kept lying. He shouldn't even said shit.
Nah,
would have been good for the show.
That's better than the loss.
Yeah, I hear you.
I thought that was done.
Before we get out, Sharp, you got any other teasers or any other bets? Or I think we're good.
I do. I was kind of following. I watched your guys' show last week, and a couple early in the season, a couple of those super teasers burned me in college. That especially the 140 juice just killed me. And I've just kind of been staying away from teasers in general. Just haven't been hitting on them. But I am going to go with a teaser-ish approach. I'm just going to do it the way you guys kind of were suggesting last week. I'm just going to take 4 big money line favorites and put them together and get that minus 109 instead of that minus 140. So I'm taking the Georgia Bulldogs. I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys. I'm taking the San Francisco 49ers. And I'm taking the Miami Dolphins, all money line. It's minus 109. This is a 3-unit play for me. That way, if it loses, I'm just tired of losing. That minus 140 is just a brutal loss on juice.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, it's a tough bet.
When you're losing a unit and a half or 2 units on juice, those are tough losses.
Yeah, that's how these player props are starting to do. There's juicing those player props up, man. Make it not.
They are, and they're dropping them late. So, for people that like to put big action, like you can't get early action. Like they're waiting. They're like Travis Kelce. You still can't get his receptions right now.
Yeah, which is surprising because they usually drop by this time. When we've done shows this late, they usually drop by this time. So, but that is a Monday night game, so maybe not.
Yeah,
that is a good game.
That teaser I put on early the show looking good right now at halftime, guys. 17-7 Ohio, 10-3
nice.
Miami of Ohio. That looks like that teaser's going to hit. Hopefully, not going to wood.
I mean, that's
what early money here, man.
Yeah, man, that's what we do out here, man. I like I said, man, I say it each and every week. I don't think there's anybody doing what we're doing across the board. There's a lot of people out here talking about content and betting and spreads, but there's nobody winning at the clip that we're winning across the board. You got to show me to believe it. There might be one guy who's hitting parlays that are doing crazy parlays for $20,000, $15,000, but the consistency that we have across the board, just not going to see it. They're not going to catch it. And we're at a smaller scale. Like if we were betting, just imagine we were betting, we're all up. Imagine we were betting everything 5 units, 10-unit bets. Like it would be silly. It'd be silly right now. You know what I mean? In terms of where we would be from a scales perspective with the recap. So if you guys are still watching out there, still looking, man, I appreciate everybody. Don, you know what I mean? I appreciate you hanging in here a long time with us, over an hour. Yeah, always love with Don
Matter of
Don.
fact, we gotta
Strong
send
love.
Don Don a shirt, a hat, something.
Yeah, Don Don. Yeah, hit me up on Instagram if you got the gram or you got Facebook. If you got Facebook, follow MoneyPot Betting Don, and then send me your address. I'll send you something out there, bro. I'll take care of you. Appreciate that.
Diddy will send you a personalized line roar too.
I'll put it in the was it them little stuffed animals and put the roar in there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That'd be
that
great,
would be
bro.
great. Oh
That'd
my
be great.
gosh.
That'd be hilarious. That would be
Oh
hilarious,
my
man.
gosh.
That'd be funny. All right, I think we done exhausted all the bets. I think we're good on the bets, man. I think we got a lot of good bets, a lot of good content. So, like I said, as always, man, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification button. That's C-Sharp. That's Diddy. I'm Moss Money. This is Money Pot Betting. Happy hunting, happy betting. See y'all later. Let's go.
Fly Eagles fly.